If you're 50 years old and you've saved less than $100,000, you might feel like you're behind, like you missed your chance, like retirement is something that happens to other people, not you. But before you decide that your story is already written, let me tell you about someone named David. David worked at the same manufacturing plant for 27 years. He wasn't careless with money. He paid his bills, raised 2 kids, helped one through college, took care of his mother when she got sick. He did what responsible people do. Then one day at age 52, he finally sat down and looked closely at his retirement account. The balance was just under $90,000. His first reaction wasn't anger. It was embarrassment. He said, "I did everything I was supposed to do. How did I end up here?" That feeling is more common than you think. But here's what David didn't realize, and what many people don't realize when they reach 50. You are not out of time. You are entering the most important financial window of your life. What you do in the next 10 to 15 years can matter more than what you did in the last 30. This is where many people go wrong. They start comparing themselves to headlines and internet advice. You need $1 million to retire. You're way behind. It's too late to catch up. That kind of noise creates panic, not progress. Retirement isn't about hitting a magic number. It's about building reliable income that supports your life month after month. Let me tell you about another couple, Lisa and Raymond. They both worked steady jobs. Neither made 6 figures. At 55, their savings didn't look impressive on paper, and they felt discouraged. But instead of chasing risky investments trying to make up for lost time, they asked a different question. What do we actually need each month to live well? They paid off their last car. They downsized to a smaller home. They redirected every raise into savings. Nothing dramatic, just steady adjustments. By their early 60s, their savings hadn't magically exploded, but their expenses had dropped so much that retirement became realistic. That's the shift most people miss. At 50 plus, your focus should move away from how big is my pile of money and toward how do I create stability every single month? If you're 50 today, you may still have 15 working years ahead of you. That's 180 months, 180 opportunities to save, adjust, and plan. These are often your highest earning years. Many people earn more between 50 and 60 than they ever did before, which means these years can do more heavy lifting than your entire 30s and 40s combined. That's exactly why the system allows people over 50 to contribute more to retirement accounts. It recognizes that strengthening your position later in life is not only possible, it's expected. But catching up doesn't mean making extreme changes overnight. One woman I spoke with, Angela, tried that. At 51, she suddenly started putting huge chunks of her paycheck into savings. Within 6 months, she felt so squeezed, she abandoned the plan completely. The better approach is slower, sustainable. Increase contributions a little at a time, 1% more this year, another increase when you get a raise. Small steps are powerful because they last. At this stage, your biggest threat isn't the market. It's the bills that follow you into retirement. I've seen people with decent savings struggle because they carried too many monthly obligations. And I've seen people with modest savings do just fine because they entered retirement with very little debt. Your goal now is simple. Reduce what your future self must pay every month. That gives every dollar you've saved more strength. Another decision that becomes critical is timing, especially when you claim benefits through the entity, organization, Social Security. A Social Security Administration aimed as soon as he turned 62 because he felt behind and wanted the money immediately. Later, he realized waiting just a few more years would have permanently increased his monthly income. That choice didn't just affect 1 year. It affected every check he received for the rest of his life. These are not small decisions. They are lifetime decisions. In your younger years, the goal was growth at all costs. In your 50s, the goal becomes balance. Continue saving. Avoid big setbacks. Prepare for how your money will support you later. You're not trying to win a race anymore. You're building a bridge. And emotionally, this can be a hard stage. Many hardworking people reach this age feeling like they failed financially. They didn't fail. Life happened. They helped family members, survived recessions, stayed employed when times were uncertain, paid for things that never show up in a retirement statement, but mattered deeply. Now it's time to focus forward, not backward. If you're starting this decade with less than 100,000 saved, your plan is simpler than you think. Increase contributions gradually. Eliminate high-interest debt. Avoid unnecessary lifestyle inflation. Focus on building future income instead of chasing a giant number. Give your money time to work over the next 10 to 15 years. No shortcuts, no panic, just steady, intentional action. David, the man from the factory, followed that kind of plan. Nothing flashy, just consistency. When he retired, he told me something I'll never forget. I didn't need to become rich. I just needed to become ready. Being behind at 50 doesn't mean you're out of options. It means the strategy changes. And people who understand that shift often create more stability than those who never adjust at all. You don't need perfection. You need focus. Starting now.